Hello and welcome back, everybody. We're playing some Fallout Shelter. Looks like we have a little baby here between Margaret and Christian. Little baby's name's Brittany. Works for me. Looks like we're doing decent B+. What kind of objectives do we have? Assign 15 dwellers to the right room. I was able to just shift people around a bit and actually fulfill 10 of these after I did the recording last time. Send 5 dwellers to the wasteland. That's probably not going to happen too soon, so we'll just swap that out. Have 5 male and female couples dance in the living quarters. That'll be relatively easy, and raise 10 dwellers to 100%. These two will be very similar. If they dance, they'll be happier. So now we have 30 dwellers, and that means that we are able to build another room, which is the classroom. This increases intelligence, which would allow Gary Cook here to be a little bit faster when he makes the stim packs. Our 2 strength trainers here, or trainees, both have a strength of 3. And these agility trainers both have an agility of 3, so we can go to our diner, and we see that in fact they have agility of 2, so we can swap these people out and put them into training themselves. Room on fire, they'll have that under control. I'm not concerned. Perception. Paul Anderson's perception has gone up to 2. And Margaret Wood's perception has gone up to 4. So she's likely going to be a good replacement for somebody in the water treatment room whenever this emergency has sorted itself out. Alright, where were you going? Yeah, you were going there. Okay. So this fire will be out sooner or later. Margaret Wood's here. Alright, well we can go through people. This is Duncan. Is there anybody with like a low perception that really doesn't need to be here? I guess it's all basically the same. Mrs. Duncan has a 3. It's hard to tell with the little bonus things person to person. It looks like everybody has a 3. Yeah. So we'll just make it simple and swap these 2 out. Where did she go? And why did you go back? I don't... Maybe because it was under the... there was an emergency, so they thought that was just a temporary posting for them. Temporary change. When in fact, it was permanent. You'll notice that all of our resources are really, really high. That is done completely on purpose. And that is a result of us doing our continuous improvement, our incremental improvements, like we're doing here, swapping people out, you know, getting 1 or 2 perception here, 1 or 2, it's the last room, 1 or 2 agility here. That's what makes the difference between being able to keep on top of the demand and screwing up and having people starve or get radiation poisoning. At least in my experience. Before I did this, I was always having trouble with at least one of these dipping down too far, but now we're very secure in all of our resources. In fact, this diner is actually a little unnecessary at this point because we're producing so much food. We're not going to need to expand this for quite a while, but we will need to expand it eventually. In my other video, or in my video for my other vault, Vault 805, the one that's a little farther along than this, I have 2 food rooms, not counting my Nuka-Cola bottler, and I have 2 water rooms, and I have 3 power rooms, and I have a population of 108. So that's what the optimization does. It saves the capital investment into the rooms and the labor hours that the people are going to be putting, because you won't need them. You won't need the bodies, the people filling the role. Why do you have a pistol? And you won't need the extra rooms, because you have, you know, like upgraded rooms with upgraded people in them. That's much more cost effective. You know, I just realized that the shape of my vault here kind of looks like the front of a Nebula B frigate from Star Wars. Yeah, I'm a big Star Wars nerd too. Not as big as some people, but I guess enough to notice. Anyways, let's get back to the game. So basically what we are planning on doing with this situation is we are going to grow our population slowly and purposefully. We are going to start sending people out, but we need to be very careful about that. Like, Bittercup has been sent out. I think I sent her out with like 15 stim packs, so she's used a few, but she's picked up a lot of stuff in a day. Like, this will be useful, these handymans will be useful, armor, all these guns. But she still has stim packs, so I'm going to leave her out there until, I don't know, maybe next video we'll pull her back, because I want her to pick up some better loot. There's way too many little BB guns in here. But we can start to contemplate sending people out. But the trouble is that there's no real point of sending one of our noobs out there with like 3 perception and a suit and a pistol. They're really not going to find that much, but they'll find more. We'll have more loot in the beginning, which is when it's more critical. Like armored suits, if we could get everyone in armored suits, that'd be 1 more, 2, 3, 4 more points right there that we would be gaining in our water room. So we might just send someone out. I'm not going to send them out overnight, because it is nighttime, and I'm going to be shutting the game down for about 8 to 10 hours. I'm not going to send one of our noobs out, because they'll just die. Like, we need to monitor, and we need to be careful with them. But we can do is, since we do have a surplus of food, we can get Mr. and Mrs. Duncan in the honeymoon suite here, and they can rekindle their relationship once again. I think I only have the one. We have formal wear. Who's our other group? Mr. Anderson here, and where's Mrs. Anderson? Another side benefit of keeping a small amount of people in the vault is it's easier to find people. It's easier to get people to go where they're supposed to go. I've seen some people who are running 200-person vaults, and they don't even recognize some of the people that are in their vault. I guess it's anthropological that people have trouble including more than 100 people into their social group at a time. So it makes sense. That's one of the reasons I kept my other vault around 100 people, because I wanted to make sure that, you know, I recognize names. So like when Mrs. King comes up, I'm like, oh, okay, she works in the Rad Away lab or whatever, you know. Dimitri, interesting. He has a higher perception, but for some reason we're training Paul Anderson. I think there was a mix-up there. Maybe I was too tired the last time I played this, so we're going to train Dimitri. There we go. And I'm not going to rush this. I'm just going to move people as I see fit. So we have 3s and 4s working in the power room. We have 1 person training? That's interesting. Yeah, we have room for a couple more dwellers with the current setup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 4? 4. So how many kids are there? Whoops. Kids will be at the bottom. 1, so we can make 3 kids and we'll be alright as far as how many positions are open. Because we'll say that those 2 are in there, so that's taken care of. 1, 2, 3, 4, those 2 are in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there only 5 people in the diner? No, okay, someone's hiding. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, yeah. Just to double check. It's good to double check things. So since we have room for 4 people, we're probably still going to be good as far as our production's concerned. And the rooms aren't really a big deal right now. I mean, people love to just rush out and build them, but we don't really need them. And we don't really have someone with a huge charisma. What is Valerie wearing? Oh, okay, she's wearing the scribe robes. She's a decent charisma. But I mean, we could put her, say, in the radio room, but unfortunately the radio room would be quite inefficient with only 1 person in it. So it's not... There would be huge amounts of time, and the radio room doesn't exactly work the way some people thinks it works. So, anyways, we're gonna have these couples dance. Funny how these 2 always seem to get dancing before the Duncans. Yeah, the Andersons, or was it the other way around? I don't know. Maybe they got into a fight. Maybe she doesn't like his curly hair anymore. Who knows? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Also, I do my best to level people up as quickly as possible. You know, we did move people around with the training, but we didn't get that assign people to the right room thing. So it is a little tricky, but like I said, I'm not going to rush them. I'm going to let that happen normally. And we'll get these lunch boxes. Because, I mean, I don't even know if this would work if I was just to move them. If I can do it now, then whatever. I mean, we're waiting for these 2 couples to get their sexy time going. So he was assigned to the vault door. Which reminds me, we need to upgrade that vault door. It's 500. It doesn't exactly keep people out, so... I mean, it just slows them down. There we go. Oh, wow, okay. They took longer to get to the dancing point, but... I don't know. Whatever. It's all good. So then we'll have 1 free spot. Alright, now they're getting to it. Alright. Well, we better... I was just about to say we better call it there, and now there's rad roaches attacking. That seems to happen a lot. So anyways, we're going to call it there, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to leave a like if you like the video, and to leave a comment if you have something to say. Also, if you like the series, please be sure to subscribe, and if you ask in the comments to have a dweller named after you, I'm sure we can do something for that. As well as new subscribers. Thanks for watching.